Okay. I'm Brianna. I am an artist. I primarily stick around oil painting, and I identify as Black. I am also Mexican, although you wouldn't know that unless I told you. So I live my life as a Black person. I get it. I figured it out for myself. Took quite a few years, but once I step out of the door, I'm treated as a Black person, and so be it. I, of course, love my Mexican background, but yeah. I feel like if someone needs to know that, then there's some ulterior motive, so I leave it alone. Like, you take me as I present me to you, and then we can go from there, if I trust you enough. I take no responsibility for educating white people or non-Black people of color whatsoever. That's not my job, that is their job. You were taught in school about slavery, should have learned from there. You would think that America would be like, don't commit genocide. But we're gonna keep doing it to our Native American people. And we're gonna do it in different ways to our Black people. We're just gonna reword it and act like it's not real. But dang, yeah, exactly. Like, you get the impact of this people, and America just cannot put the two and two together that you are actively doing it. Or you've actively done it. You literally wiped out the indigenous people and didn't call it a genocide or a Holocaust. So I grew up with my Mexican family, and so a lot of them are really fair-skinned. And so I think I would tell myself, like, you're made different. You're not the same as them, and it's okay. It's because I went through that whole like trauma period of like not understanding how I was Black and Mexican, and my cousins are just Mexican. And not even desiring to be white, because I didn't even know about white people. I didn't know they were people until like, I don't know, second grade. I knew Mexicans. And so like even that, like, don't try to be other people. But also it's like, I wish I had the representation other than Susie Carmichael, that there's like Black kids out there. So I would just tell myself, like, just wait, you'll see yourself in the wholeness that you are. You'll love your skin color. You'll love your hair. Your hair is not unmanageable. That's probably what I would tell myself. Yeah, I see a lot more books, like children's books with little Black girls and their big fros. TV, I think, is working on it. I think it was way better in the 90s. Now we have like 2 shows with Black people in them. But as for artists, I didn't see Black artists until college, till Instagram, because that was always like withheld information, is that there's Black painters out there doing their thing, other than like Carrie James Marshall or a Kehinde Wiley. There's way more artists. Love them. There's so many people. So it's dope that there's even like a platform like Instagram, so people can share their work and can get to kids. So I think it's getting there. As anxious as I've ever been, I'm really hopeful. I love to see this place fall apart for it to be put back together correctly. That is the dream. That is what everyone deserves. We deserve a better place. So this is, yeah, it's a lot of anxiety. I know too many Black people that go out in the world alone, and I feel really privileged to just sit at home because there's still a freaking virus running rampant through the streets. So I feel really privileged to just sit at home and stay away from the danger of police, stay away from the danger of the virus. But I hope it doesn't die off, and by the end of the week, really hope every day they're still pushing, every day. I really need somebody to listen. Every morning I'm like, what's the news gonna say today? That someone didn't act right, they get it together, make a decision to make moves. Like, when are we gonna do that? When are we gonna take like all the money away from police and put it back to education? The fact that like 2 years ago, teachers boycotted because they're not getting paid enough. What? Why are you? They're shaping the future. That's the children. But I mean, the whole globe is falling apart, so I guess they don't really care about the kids. They care about maintaining us, keeping us in order, instead of making sure that our children have a world full of art and opportunity and trees to get oxygen from. But yeah, so this whole time period, it's like making me anxious, but I'm also like, we've done it before. This time we just have hella technology, so it'll be a little different afterwards, but I hope it's a lot different. I don't want to go back to whatever normal was. A friend told me there was a shooting on the west side at Westgate or something, and she was like, y'all wanted normal again. I was like, no, normal is mass shootings. Normal is this is normal. We are normal. The only thing that's not normal is hella people aren't working. Thank goodness, because then they're out there in the street, messing it up every day. First, I like the idea of calling my past self a them, just to let myself know you're not constricted to being she. That's crazy, so thank you. But if I were to tell little old B who the cops were in 2020 is, they're the same people. They haven't really changed. I didn't think cops were good people as a kid, so. Like now they have body cameras that they can choose to turn on or off, I guess. Like, hey, their technology is about to come up, so you keep your eye on them. But yeah, there's not much change from 90s, early 2000s police. There hasn't been much change at all in how police behave. They just get caught now. Either way, they still get away with their damage. It's a privilege to be female. Privilege to be small, and privilege to be light-skinned, and privilege to have like nice hair. So many privileges that come along with this body. So I didn't necessarily think it would be me, but I figured that would happen to someone I knew. Now it's like, damn it, I got a fro. You can't, like, no one else has fros. Black people have fros. Damn it. So like when I'm driving, especially now, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna get away with someone thinking I'm like Mexican, and they're gonna know I'm black because my fro. Like, damn it. But freaking love it. Like, don't get those confused. The bigger this gets, the more my ego gets like bigger. As a kid, I would have it straightened a lot or in braids a lot. And so I think it was like 14 when I first cut off all my hair. Probably when I met you, around that age. But yeah, I had a mohawk. But yeah, so as a kid, I was always straight or like braided. And so my curls were not like they are now. Now I just let it be as is. So it took me until probably my college years to like embrace that my hair is just huge and it's lovely and it's perfect.
So you making a statement about being light-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel, how did darker-skinned Black people react to you being a bit lighter?
It wasn't really, because I'm not like, I guess I'm medium, but I'm like light skinned compared to people that are darker. So I'm like, yeah, I'm light skinned. I want to be darker, but whatever, it's fine. I guess I'll be light skinned. It's fine. But it's usually, like there is colorism in the Black community, but I don't really remember it too much. Like no one really teased me for being lighter. So, but I'm definitely sure I've heard darker people being teased for it. I'm just not understanding. Like I'm mixed. That's why I'm light skinned. My mom's Mexican, so don't get to be as chocolate. But yeah, I wasn't really teased about it, although we probably would tease my oldest sister because she's the lightest one. We would say her dad's either the mailman or the doctor, because we're like, oh, your dad's white. He's not, but yeah, we would tease her for that.
Even though you guys have the same father?
Oh, we don't. Her dad just has more white in him. But he's like, doesn't, I don't know, it's probably slavery or something that he has white in him because he's like both of his parents are black, so. Yeah, usually people will talk to her first versus like me and my other sister, because my other sister has curly hair. She's about my skin color. So like she's closer to whiteness, so she seems more approachable. Even like as adults, like when we're all together, people go to her first. And it's fine. I don't like people. I don't want to talk to them anyways. But I just like, when I notice it, I'm like, somebody is being subliminally racist, and it's funny. Every time I notice it, I'm like, unfortunately, you're conditioned and you don't realize that you're being racist. I'm sorry for you. But like, especially when we're together, we're like, oh, especially like when we're all together and we're with our mom, like people will come up and tell us we're all so beautiful or whatever. I'm like, we're all fair, light-skinned people. That's why you call us beautiful. Go over there and say that to that equally beautiful, dark-skinned family. We're just closer to being your color. Stop it. It's just like, it's cute. Thanks for the compliment, but no thanks. I usually, like if someone compliments, I'll usually stay quiet and I'm like, okay, I know I'm gorgeous, yeah, thanks.
So no one has ever acknowledged?
Oh no, if anything, it's like they're sorry that they're ignorant. I'm like, no, I don't accept it. Or that it's like somehow switched. Like, yeah, no thank you. I don't want your compliment, especially if it's like, because you fetishized us. That's a lot of it too, is a fetish. Like, if anything, I'm like, ew, no thanks. Especially old white guys. Like, I'm your fetish, stop it. Like, if a black person compliments me, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Oh my goodness, that is the highest, the highest form. Usually I'm like, no thanks, yeah. Unless it's like maybe something I'm wearing, something that's not because of the person I am, because of my hair, my skin, my face, how I walk, how I talk. Like if it's not inherently me, like maybe, yeah, it's like my shoes. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it from wherever, because it's not me. Like if it's of me, then I'm like, you're weird, I don't want it. No thanks. Even like my art, I'm like, that's not meant for you. Thanks, but no, it's not. Okay, you have art. You have that already. This is not meant for you. This whole time, not even the whole year, since freaking March, March to June has been a hell of a time. It's gonna be exciting to see the art after this. Can I share what I'm excited about with my work?
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
I don't know whose moment it is. Okay, so I've been working on this work since September of last year. I don't know who pissed me off, but I was thinking of this song where Jay-Z says something about a single white female, and she dyed her hair blonde. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be a single white female. And so I've been going back and forth on the title because I'm making a collection of work that would be a show. So I was going back and forth between single white female or single black female, but I decided to set on single white female because if I say single black female, then that's giving all of the, like it's saying that this is the view of a single black female. So, but it has nothing to do with white people. And I'm so excited that I chose the name. But it's gonna be fun. I rely, as you know, heavily on being sarcastic and cynical as a form of satire. So I think it'll be cute. It'll be good. I can't wait for the title. And then people were like, and I'm like, yeah, there's no white females here. Gotcha. I wanted to support you. I figure everything you do is immaculate, and so this must be it too. That was really the biggest point, is Pape's onto something. He's always onto something. So any way can help, anyway. Because as I said, I'm not here for pimping Black pain. I'm not here to tell stories of trauma to convince white people that they're inherently conditioned to be racist. That's not my point. So in any other way, that like is how you said, talking to my younger self, to Black kids that are super unsure, that's why. Because we've done it so many times. We've been in this moment so many times. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna be so much stronger. We're gonna have so much more knowledge because of this moment, because how easily accessible this moment is. There's no going back. Legit, we cannot repeat this again. That's why I came here. Believe Black people when they say who they are. Stop doubting it. Stop pushing people to believe what you believe. Although like this whole moment is like, we're not trying to believe that racism doesn't exist. It's not an argument. It does. Police brutality is a thing. It is very real, especially in Phoenix. Breathe. That's a lot of how I've been getting through things, is breathing. There's a lot of resources for mental health. Take advantage. Do what is best for you all the time. All the time. You gotta survive. And the only way through is with mental strength. You gotta start there. You don't have to seek therapy, but talking to your community of people, making sure that you take yourself out of stressful situations. We don't deserve this. You don't deserve to be in pain. So finding all the ways to get yourself out, to relieve yourself. What a privilege to inhale and exhale and continue doing that. What a privilege to even tell people that they should be able to find ways. That's huge privilege to even recognize that you're going through something and that you need help.